Okay. I know it's weird timing. Hi, Regina. I didn't give you guys any kind of heads up on this, but I found him. I've been so busy. So busy. Okay. Kevin sucks. Wow. I'm gonna let a few more people stroll in here before I get started. Oh, we got an echo. There we go. We don't want that. All right, 107. Okay. Yeah. So again, sorry for the sort of unannounced live stream. I couldn't do one on Friday because I had to get the video out, and then I had to hit the road to go to the desert, and then I couldn't do one Monday. What's today? I don't even know what today is. Is today Wednesday? I couldn't do one Monday because of the leak, and I had to get that video out right when we were supposed to be doing Wednesday. Thank you. And then I couldn't do it yesterday because the same thing. I was working on those videos all afternoon, all morning and all afternoon, and I didn't have a chance to get online. And I have another video that I'm working on right now that I was hoping to put out before this, but I haven't even been able to record it. But more news today, so wait to Friday. Yeah, so while I had an hour, I wanted to come back and really have a one-on-one with you guys and reflect and talk about yesterday's news. By the way, I should also mention before we even get started, if anybody feels like contributing through Super Chat today, know that again, like last week, any Super Chats earned today are going directly to the food drive for the Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County. So that's still going. You guys have been great so far. I should let you know that we have raised so far $2,500, which is pretty great. You guys are awesome and generous and kind, and I'm thankful that you guys did that for just for helping folks in Orange County. Keeping things going. And really wants to open. Why don't they do a wine festival type event just like Knott's? Why are they stubborn about doing something like that? We're actually going to get into that a little bit in the video that I'm working on today, because there was a press conference through Kappa, and they talked about some of that, and that a lot of stuff is on the table, and both Universal and Disneyland kind of spoke to that. I don't want to say too much, I guess. I don't know why. I'll answer that. I don't know why. I don't know. They have their reasons. Epcot does food festivals all the time, Henry. they're constantly doing food festivals. They do the food and wine. They do the flower and garden. They do something for the holidays too, I think. Yeah, we could talk about the lawsuit actually, or potential. Evan Layton gifted us with $100. Thank you very much. Well, I should say the Second Harvest Food Bank. $100 for the food drive. I can't thank you enough for doing this and making it so we can help too. You don't have to thank me. It's easy. All I gotta do is turn it on. You guys are the ones that do the hard work because of your generosity. I'm just a buffer. I just move it from over here to over there. But thank you very much, Evan. You're very kind. By the way, Kevin, if you're around, Kevin, or if you watch this later, I keep forgetting, you sent me something through PayPal. Kevin Garofalo, you said something to me through PayPal that I keep forgetting to move over, but I'll send you a receipt as soon as I can. I'm not sure if you're here right now. So anyway, reactions, because I didn't really get to talk about reactions in my video, simply because I was in that video, I try to keep things as level as possible. And it's kind of, I'm going through an interesting sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm molting. My opinions are molting. For a long while, I was very aggressive in my mind about how much I wanted the parks to open. About, just that it just didn't seem right that they were closed, and that there was lots of, these things are happening and these other things are happening. Why can't Disneyland get the same, why are they being treated differently? But the longer that we get into this, the more my position is actually softening, which is strange. Not to the point where I'm like, yeah, he's right, or anything like that. I don't want to kind of, get into that, but what's happening is I'm hearing more and more. There's two sides to every story. There's two sides, and there are a lot of people out there who don't think the park should be open. That they are still very concerned about the virus, and they're still very concerned about, what happens if we open a theme park, or what's the priority? Is economics a priority or human life, kind of thing? And I certainly have my feelings about it, but I don't want to step on anybody else's feelings. Like, I don't want anybody to feel like their opinion or their feelings about it are not valid. And it is true that it's a difficult thing. It's a difficult choice, because it's kind of like, if you're choosing one, then that means you're not choosing the other. But you can care about both things. And I can. It's a catch-22, man. It really is. I care deeply about the health and safety of everybody. Of course, I wouldn't want anybody to be put in a compromising situation. But good gracious, there are other effects, and it may not be, fatal, but then again, the virus it's not a death sentence by any stretch. I think everybody would agree to that, right? There's just, people's lives are on hold. They're on hold for 7 months now. And I don't mean my life. My life has continued as normal. I'm very fortunate in that sense. I'm talking about the people who are directly connected to the resort, not just the cast members, but the people around Gym Boys. You guys know about Gym Boys? Give me a hands up if you guys know about Gym Boys. It's on Harbor Boulevard, across the street from the from the harbor entrance to Disneyland. All right, so some folks know about Gym Boys. Gym Boys is not going to reopen. They decided to close up the shop completely. And it only takes a minute, for me anyway, when I think about that, when I think about Gym Boys, and he's not the only one, those are lives that's a life as they lived it that's ended, or could be ending. Why? Because they can't serve food. They can't serve food, Steve. There's nobody going by there. They can't open the restaurant because there's nobody there. And there's nobody there because the parks are closed. I feel really bad for Gym Boy. Okay, I feel really bad for him. And I realize that there's, other parts of the conversation, but these are the things that I want people to try to, consider. That, I don't know how many Gym Boys there are out there, if there's, more than one or whatever, if it's a small chain or if it's, I don't know that much about Gym Boys. I just know that it's popular and they're closed forever in that location. So I don't know who the people are that run Gym Boys. It's a large chain, okay. So, but there's a manager there, employees, and now they have to go. You know how hard it is to find a job right now? With the market flooded with tens of thousands of people who weren't normally looking for work, if they are, or maybe, 5 or 10,000 extra people in the job market. Okay, let me go back and read some comments because I just saw one from Michael Thomas who says he completely agrees. The notion that one is inherently right and the other is wrong is flawed. People's lives are being destroyed. The right choice is a middle path. I don't know what the right choice is, Michael, but what I do know is that it doesn't have to be this or that. And that this is what drives me nuts about Twitter, is that it's so, everything has to be ultra left or ultra right. And I don't just mean politically, but any kind of, whatever side of the conversation, on any conversation you're on, people just completely, they just tear down the other side. Like, it's like there's no merit to the alternate opinion. I want the parks to open, but I get it. I do. I understand. I get it. Why you don't. I really do. I wish there was some way. Yeah, Michael Madsen. He says, just because we want Disney to open doesn't mean we want people to die. No, of course we care. And to suggest that that's what we want, that we want our grandparents to die of COVID, that's just mean. That's just mean and not really being thoughtful of another person's feelings and what their motivations are for those feelings. Evan Layton says there's almost always a win-win, but we have to work together to find it. There's too little of that right now. Evan, I would love to know what the win-win is in this situation, because I almost wrote this in our script yesterday that it's a lose-lose. But I didn't, because I don't want anybody to get the idea that I feel like that it has to be, one or the other. It's impossible. This is just so impossible. Thank you very much to Mickey Kiger for gifting $50 for the cast members to help brighten their coming days. Dave, I admire your attitude going into what is going to be a difficult time period for all of us while we wait. Love everything you do. Please don't lose faith. Thank you very much, Mickey. I had a hard time yesterday. Yesterday is a hard day in this house anyway, because there's a very real chance that it's going to affect us, this too. I don't even know. I don't even know what we're going to do. I really don't. I really don't know what we're going to do. We're doing this live stream. That's all I know. I can handle today. I got a video that I'm working on for today, maybe tomorrow. That's, a news item. But then after that, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with something tomorrow. And maybe we can I've managed to keep this thing going for 7 months. So who knows? Maybe it'll keep going. But it's just, it's really affecting people's lives. It really is. And not just from, a health and safety perspective. Ragdoll 104 says there are a lot of jobs, but you're right. The market is flooded with talent, and it makes it hard for anyone to find anything. I just hope a vaccine comes quickly so we can put this behind us. Your lips to God's ears, man. No, the market's flooded. It's hard to get jobs. It depends. Like lower level jobs are the ones that are probably really competitive right now, because, let's be real. A lot of the cast member type jobs are not entry level. I guess I don't know how to put that. I don't want to demean anybody, but the $15 an hour range jobs, those are going to be hard to come by right now, I think. Disney Adventure Blogs gives us $5. He says, just got the tweet right now. Disneyland is considering legal action over strict reopening guidelines, keeping theme parks closed. Where did you hear that? Because I was watching the thing today, and they didn't say that they were doing that, just that all options were being considered. Josh Gilson, $10. Thank you very much. He says, guess it's time to move to Orlando. It's on the table, I guess. That's a bit. I just bought this house. I just bought this house. I don't know, man. I don't know. Florida is not really on my top list of places that I want to live. Mostly for the weather. The weather there is awful, but Liz loves the weather, so I could do that for her. Jeff Lindy says Newsom trial starts at 2:30. Let's hope his dictatorship will be overturned. It's not that simple. Jeff is talking about there's a lawsuit that's going to face a judge today. 2:30 that we're going to be talking about also in the video that I'm planning to do either later today or tomorrow. That's basically challenging Newsom's executive power, or his trying to use it where he doesn't have it. It's a long shot to get it undoing the shutdown. Ross Brady, it's California. You could sell the house you bought a year ago for 60,000 profit. I think we're up 60 grand actually. Almost exactly that, Ross. California, man, boy. But if you could afford property in California, do it. Because, well, then again, I don't know. There's a bit of an exodus happening right now, so who knows if it's still going to happen. But cool drummer. Katie and Spencer took a lot of hits with this subject. What do we? I missed something. I didn't see their live stream yesterday. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so I don't know. Maybe is that what you're talking about? McKelly Scholar gifts us with $10. Thanks for letting us feel with you. Really appreciate what you do day in and day out. Thank you very much, Kelly, or McKelly. I'm sorry. Part-Time Adventures with $5. Thank you. Says, do you think Disney will take any legal action to bypass the governor and state to still reopen this year, and should they? I can't speak to either of those things. I don't know. I mean, there's been rumblings of legal action, at least that there's precedent for it. Whether or not they should is not for me to say. That's just really not my area of expertise. I know how to have fun at a theme park. I don't know anything about legal action. I'm not the person you want to ask about whether or not they should. Here, guys, this is also a question that or something that I planned on doing in yesterday's video, but I didn't think the tone was right to ask this. But as a mental exercise, I want everybody right now. Well, no, I take that back. You can't do it right now. In a comment. I want it in a comment. You can do it now too, I guess. But I want to see it in comments for everybody to read after the video is posted, after the live stream is done. Take a minute. You guys ready? Are you ready? Okay. Take a minute. I mean, you got to be ready. Otherwise, this is not going to work. Take a minute to think of something positive that you can say about Gavin Newsom in the state of California. Say something positive, please. Oh, I did miss Disney 24/7. Let me see. Did I? While I scroll through this, go say something positive. Disney 24/7 did gift us $5 and saying, stay strong, David. Thank you very much, Disney 24/7. Let me see if anybody followed through. I don't envy his position. I guess that's kind of positive. Paul Spatel, he's trying his best to keep us safe. Great time. He's trying to keep people alive. Good friend. I do think there's room, at least, for some of you to agree that maybe he is thinking about public safety. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. It can't entirely be some sort of personal axe to grind, right? It can't entirely be that. He's got nice hair. If you like the slick back hair thing, I don't know. I got nothing. He makes good wine. I mean, does anybody know what label his wine is? Do I need to? Can I promote Gavin Newsom's winery here? Difficult job, yeah, for sure. I said that before. I don't want to be governor. I don't have the brains or the experience to handle that kind of job. I wouldn't want those responsibilities. That is a hard job. That is a really hard job. How many people in the state of California is he responsible for? Oh, he doesn't have a winery anymore? What do you do, sell it? Jasmine Harrison, divorcing Kimberly Guilfoyle was the best choice he ever made. Silicon Valley Life makes an interesting observation. He says it's absolutely about public safety because there's no way he's getting reelected after this. One could make that argument that his position, what he's been doing is catastrophic to his political career. Or it could be the opposite. It could launch him into, something. Who knows? Hold on. I'm trying to read. Thank you, Laramie. 100% racism is not tolerated here. I'm not sure why anybody would think that that's okay. That's a quick way to get bounced. Christy, I'm just trying to be fair and understand. I'm not trying to be harsh. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make, is things aren't as severe as people want to make them be. There's a lot of gray area in life. Life is full of gray area. And it never hurts to try to just sit back and practice a little patience and understanding. I believe that. I believe that. And for me, it's just too toxic for me to have, severe opinions about things. Jesse Pye gets us $5. A small gift for all the Magic CMs have created. Do you think that Disneyland will have to resort to a partial reopening? I'll say this: it has been my position, basically since Taste of Main Street never happened, right after Taste of Calico, and Disney didn't come up with something like that on their own. It's been shortly after that. It's been my position that Disney wants it all or nothing. They want the whole park opened or nothing at all. For what reason, I can't say. I don't know what, I couldn't speak to, why that is, but that just does seem to be the case. Can we stop the spamming, guys? I really need you to stop spamming. I know some of you aren't doing this because you're spammers, but you're all, just trying to express yourselves. But that's not what these chats are for. Okay. Yeah, really. I mean, you guys asked me to keep politics out of the videos, so let's try to keep politics out of the chat too. Okay, Gabe Valier, David, OC registers Brady McDonald, who has been very active on this, by the way. They stated that theme parks are considering legal action to change the reopening guidelines. They're considering it. Yeah, that doesn't mean they are. They're considering it. All things are being considered, I think. Thank you very much to AW, who gets the $5. Says, how useful is it to think, what would Walt think do in a year like 2020? Well, I mean, you can ask that question. It's thoughtful, but I don't know if it gets us anywhere. I don't know. I don't know how useful that would be. Okay, legal action will take years and it's probably futile. That's from Kyle M. Possibly, if the fight is a bitter fight. I can't remember what state, Michigan, I think it was, did something similar. They challenged the governor's. Basically, he had a similar lockdown, shutdown process, and the state challenged that. That was done pretty quickly. I don't know how effective it was, but it did happen pretty quickly. It doesn't have to go to trial per se. I think it just goes in front of the state Supreme Court or something like that, and they just decide. Okay, we got a $5 gift from Good Friend who says, just booked a week at Walt Disney World in February. See you there? Question mark. God, I hope so. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Who knows? Hiding from someone says, why the all or nothing do you think? Surely middle ground or a taste of event is better for the business and for CMs. Again, I couldn't speak to why. I'm not even sure if I have a guess. The only thing I could think of is that's just not how Disney operates. They don't operate small. They operate big. I don't know if that's it or not, but it just doesn't seem like they're very interested in doing things like that. We got a $5 gift from Adam Mara, who says, down day after the news yesterday, but we will be okay. I feel so bad for the cast members and families. Side note, it's Walt Disney World time. And we got a $20 gift from Leo O. As a CM myself, I always look after my friends, so I hope this small donation for my savings helps my fellow CMs. Hashtag CM Strong. Thank you very much, Leo. Yeah, let me reiterate. If you're donating through Super Chat today, know that all of it is going to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County. They provide assistance to, not just CMs, but anybody affected by the shutdown. And I feel like that's the best way to go because, we're all a big family, not just the cast members, but, we're part of that family too. So just know that going in. Andrew Dolan gets us with $2. Where's your going to WDW meter right now? I don't know. 5, I guess. I don't know. The difficulty with that is that even if I were to do videos, which obviously I would do, it's I would still be out a bunch of money. It's a definite cost for me to go right now. So I don't know. I'm trying to weigh that because things are tight. Things are tight. We got a $5 gift from Sarah Jackson for the food bank. Thank you very much, Sarah. Gordon Farmer says, sending peace, love, and respect to cast members from the UK. Thank you very much, Gordon. Drew Din, Second Harvest is an incredible organization. That seems to be the case, yeah. They're pretty well run from what I understand. So hopefully, all this is, because I had doubts. When we talked about this a couple weeks ago, people were giving suggestions on what to do, but my doubts were about the solvency and the reliability of the organization to which these funds were going. I didn't want it to be just some sort of random, like a GoFundMe or anything like that. Who knows? I worry about GoFundMes. Do you guys ever worry about GoFundMes? Like how legit and honest they are? Like we have no idea. I remember this happened during the BLM protests, and people were donating money to a lot of Black-owned businesses and things like that. And they were just donating so much money. It was great to see that. But one of the movements that was just for the Minneapolis riot or protest, I think, they got a whole bunch of money, way more than they were looking for, and way more than they needed. And people were wondering, where does that go? Where did all that money go? Did they find someplace else to put it? I'm just putting that out there. That's why I chose Second Harvest, because I wanted to make sure that it went to something that had some background and some credibility. Justin White, David, do you think? Oop, I lost it. Okay, Justin, I gotta see if I can get it back. Oh, I got some questions too. David, do you think the city will not fight Disney on stuff now that they see how dependent they are on the park? Justin, no, I think they already know. They already know how many businesses and people are dependent on Disneyland being open, and not just immediate cast members, but the surrounding areas. That I keep going back to that. This is beyond Disney. This isn't about Disney's bottom line. This is about people. This is about individuals, families, lives, commitments, businesses that have been open for 20, 30, 40 years, generational businesses, people that have been, they have chosen this as their life. This is their life, and you can say, go get a different job. They don't want a different job. They don't want it. It's so unsympathetic to say that. Just go do something else. They've given so much of their lives to whatever it is that they're doing because they love it, and to just throw it away, it just bums me out. It bums me out. Okay. I got some donations to get through. Sarah Jackson. Michael Madsen, you are a ray of hope and light in these tough days for the CMs. Thank you very much, Michael. The CMs, thank you. Sarah DeBose, David, your news videos are, as always, real nice. Thank you very much, Sarah. 8-Bit Daydream, just wanted to donate and say thank you, Fresh Bake, for keeping us up to date on the DL News, and love you CMs for your hard work. Thank you, 8-Bit Daydream. I like that handle, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. We got a $50 gift from Scott LB. Thank you very much, Scott. He says, to all the CMs who make our visits magical. Thank you very much, Scott. And then, Kiki H gifted us with 59 kroner. I don't know. Is that what you're? I think it's kroner, right? You're Swedish. To every CM who are doing our trips to DLR, a joy. Well, thank you very much for that, Kiki. Sarah Bethea gifts us with $10. Thank you for everything you do. I've been watching a lot of old videos to help keep from getting down. On that note, Sarah, I am trying to re-edit and repost our Oogie Boogie visit from last Halloween in the hopes that that's something that would entertain you guys. And I may try to do more of that in the future, knowing that, there is no future right now for going to Disneyland. I'm going to try to, find some stuff that I feel like might be interesting that you guys might want to enjoy on a repeat play. Okay, so we got a $20 gift. Where'd it go? From Diana Santoyo. Thank you very much, Diana. And a $5 gift from Sonia Gil Arroyo. I know it's not much since I lost my job, but that's even more, Sonia. But it's better than nothing. Thank you, Sonia, very much for that. Okay, so Jasmine Harrison, they seem to be most concerned with multiple day visitors. Keeping hotels closed would deter them, right? But then I guess local hotels continue to suffer. This is so hard to figure out. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to mention this in a future video, that you can go down the rabbit hole on this in all kinds of directions. It's just, it could go, it's just so deep. It's so deep. Okay, you got Picker, Larry. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, go ahead with the with Picker. Could you repost the Haunted Mansion 50th anniversary? Yeah, I certainly could. That was a good one. Michael F., thanks a million for doing this. I'm a CM and know the fear going around right now. So many people losing jobs or in danger of it, not just us CMs too. I'm scared for the small businesses near Disney. There are some businesses that can open and some that cannot. And that's the part that worries me the most. Any business on Harbor Boulevard is doomed because there's no parking lot. There's no street access. There's no way to get to all those businesses on Harbor Boulevard unless the parks are open. They're all closed. I mean, I think Denny's is trying to be open. IHOP, I think they're trying to put tables out in front on that little patch of grass. You could put like 3 tables out there and that's it. I don't know how those businesses are expected to survive this on Harbor Boulevard. The E Family Adventure says, the sad thing is it's really easy to figure out. Follow Florida procedures and let businesses do what they do best. Well, the problem with that idea, E Family, is that Florida has no procedures. They've just opened everything up. Now, Walt Disney World has procedures, and they're good, and which is one reason why some people say it's safer to be at Disney World than it is to be, I don't know what the grocery stores are in Florida, because they're not required to wear masks or social distance or anything like that. They're not required to do any of those things. So you're at greater risk at the local grocery store in Florida than you are going to Disney World. You know what I mean? Am I wrong? Anybody from Florida here? Do I have that right? Brian Canari, agreed. Alicia Garcia, not true. Okay. I want mostly. Denny's has a bunch of tables out in the back. Parking, yeah, Denny's has a parking lot. Yes, they do. The one on the corner of Orangewood and Harbor has a parking lot. But all the other ones, that's the only one. That's literally the only, everything, out on the other side of that is there's no parking. Well, except for the hotels. The hotels have parking. We got a final gift from Stefan Reinen, who says, David, do you think if it's truly about the science and data, why wouldn't they allow opening parks and monitoring that data from there? There's no way Disneyland is more dangerous than Walmart. Well, I think Galley tried to get into that. They try to give us hints as to why they feel the way they do. There's no contact tracing in the theme park. You can contact trace a lot of things like sporting events. You can contact trace sporting events much easier than you can at a theme park. You've got a lot more opportunity in a theme park for community touching, for mingling, as they called it. I think he called it mingling with guests. So they have their reasons why they feel like it's more dangerous to be at a theme park than it is elsewhere. I don't know. I am in no position to say if it's true or not. I really don't. I'm an armchair observer to all of this. So I'm not a scientist. I'm not a health expert. I don't study any of that kind of thing to know. I couldn't speak to that as an authority. That's a fair point. Michael Pettigrew says, as a contact tracer, I mean, that's what you do, Michael? It's impossible to trace in a grocery store. Yes, that is. It's no less hard to contact trace at Ralph's than it is at Disneyland. I would agree with that. That's interesting, Michael. Is that what that is what you do? Fascinating. Is that new? Is that a new role for you, or is that a thing that's always existed? Is that a career that's always existed? I say that because my career is new. My career didn't exist 10 years ago. So I'm curious to find out if that's something that is new as well. Ian Dionisio, Disney needs to create an app-based tracker for while you're in a theme park. Well, they have that. It's a Magic Band. The Magic Band has a chip that tells you where you've been always, ever. It tracks your movements throughout the park. We don't have that in California, though they've talked about it. But that is a thing that most people would be against if you were to be that open about it and say, we're going to track where you've been. That's a freedom issue that some people are against, even though they've been doing it, at Disney World for a while now. Thank you very much to David Doyle for the $50 donation. Visited Downtown Disney on Sunday. It was good, but shop a little and support the various shops and restaurants. That's great. I love that. Still found the overall experience depressing. Feels better to donate to Second Harvest. Well, thank you very much for that, David. I have been surprisingly happy with my visits to Downtown Disney. I used to say I didn't like going to Downtown Disney alone or by itself without actually going to the park, because I felt like it seemed like a bad idea. Like, I'll just go to Disneyland. It's right there. But now I enjoy it. I enjoy going there, even if I enjoy, as hard as it is, I still enjoy walking up to the gates. I enjoy listening to the Esplanade music. I enjoy just being in the presence and soaking in the aura of Disneyland. It makes me feel good just being in front of the gates. The E-Family Adventures gives us $5. Thank you very much. Hey, Laramie, by the way, how's it going in your house? You haven't told me or give me an update. I think you said it was your dad who had it. No, it was your brother-in-law. Your brother-in-law, right? Gordon Farmer, David, do you have a track and trace mobile apps in America like we have in the UK? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything like that. I don't know. 3/5 sick. Oh my God, really? 3 out of 5? What is there? Is there a prognosis? Do you have like a, how are things going? Are they getting better? Thank you to Nancy Trost for the $20 gift. Thanks for being you. Thank you for your donation. Now they couldn't refurb Stevie B, the People Mover right now, even if they wanted to. Brother-in-law, niece, nephew got it. 2 completely healed, 1 just congested. That's good news. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. It is. I mean, like we've been saying, it's not a death sentence. It just sucks for most people. It's just awful. And then it must be scary as hell, though. It must be really scary. Has anybody else here besides Laramie, had it or been around somebody who has it? Like, is it like the most scary thing in the world? I would be terrified. You're still feeling it from January? Really? Gordon Farmer says, I've had it, but did not have it as bad. It's super scary for Madison. Michael Madsen, my mother-in-law had it and it was no big deal. It would be scary just because of all the fear spread about it. Yeah, right? I don't know. Grace had it as well. That's right. I remember that. She got through it okay, though. Jen Miller, we went through our house. Husband is an essential worker. We were sick for a week, doing fine now. I mean, the more we hear these stories, maybe it's comforting. I don't know. The more we hear about people having it and getting through it okay, I feel like maybe we should talk about that more to sort of remove some of the stigma and fear, because I still have fear. David's fat. Do you support BLM at Fresh Bake Presents? Yes, of course, we did, with both with our wallet as well. Okay. Aaron Smith, I've known about a dozen people now who have had it, and it was verified all but one didn't show any symptoms and didn't realize they had it. Okay, guys, let's not get into that. I know. It makes me want to just end this live stream right now. Golfing went okay. Golfing went okay. We played 2 new courses because our course was being reseeded. I don't know. I don't know why it has to turn political every time. Why are people so angry? Why are you so angry? Michael Thomas gives us $20. Thank you very much, Michael. Thanks for all you do, David. My best to CMs. Thank you, Michael. I'm trying to find. Oh, God. Jennifer B, are we going to see your front yard decorated for Halloween? You're going to see something. I'm not sure if we're going to do the front yard for obvious reasons. We have a lot of fans out there. We have a lot of fans out there. I am trying to weed through this. Oh my God. Mexi Aznan, I keep forgetting how to pronounce your name. David, did you get your car washed well from the Haunted Mansion car or from the Honda car wash? Yeah, they did a great job actually washing the car. It came out very shiny and new. Crystal Taylor, thank you very much. Love you. Emily Ann with $5, thank you. Okay, so if you could have one Disney snack right now, what would it be? I think I'd go Dole Whip. I think I'd go Dole Whip right now. Dole Whip float. I haven't seen the trailer yet for Raya, no. All right, I gotta get back on track. Thank you for calling. Yeah, it's not great right now. Thank you. Oh, okay, some folks have chimed in on the treat. Can you do a Dorix video at Spectrum for treats? Are you talking about the Irvine Spectrum? That's Bubba Schmier. Menschmier. We were just at the Irvine Spectrum. But confirm, is that what you mean? The Irvine Spectrum? We got a $50 gift from, where'd it go? Jeff Kelly, who says, David, thank you for everything you do and the CMs that put a smile on my face every time. Thank you, Jeff Kelly. And thank you to Morgan Piskorski for the $10 gift. LA didn't get to red, did they? I thought they were still in purple. Okay, let's see. One more gift from Stefan Reinen, who says, I contacted early on. The first 10 days were miserable after mild symptoms like normal cold, major body pain, and random body temp swings. Okay. Crystal Taylor, fill me in. What's the Irvine Spectrum? It's an outdoor mall. It's enormous. It's enormous. It's in Irvine, which is really bougie. But they've got a lot of different like unique things to eat there. Cool shops to shop in. They've got a movie theater, great restaurants. They got a Ferris wheel. It's a cool place to go and to do a little food. You can get a little foodie there. It would be an interesting video to try some of the interesting things that they have there. Yeah, LA is still purple. That's what I thought. No, Disney's not moving anywhere, David. Okay, Irvine Spectrum. Yeah, we thought about it because we were there just the other day, Irvine Spectrum. We were having tacos at TLT, trying something new, and I saw a lot of different. It would be an interesting vlog. It would be an interesting vlog to do there. I think there's lots of meat on that bone, as they say. Stacy Squad, have you ever been to Malibu Farms Cafe? No, I have not. What is that? Thank you, Laramie. Any gift that we get still makes me excited, just in the sense that I just can't believe it because I always feel unworthy. I really do. Brian Canari gets us with $10. He says, this too shall pass, something that I am very fond of saying. And we will keep supporting you whether Disneyland is closed or open. Keep the content coming. We'll keep watching. Well, thank you, because I do worry about that. I keep saying, does anybody care? Like, if I were to make a history video right now, it'd be like, who cares? The park's closed and never going to open again. Why do I care? That, that I worry about that. And not just for me personally. I worry about people losing, I said this in that video that we did, losing their love for Disneyland, man. I worry about that. It's a cool cafe on the Malibu Pier with amazing views from what I've seen. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll look into that. We got a $5 gift from Ambu V. Thank you very much. He says, we just signed docs for our first house. I'm excited to decorate my vintage Disneyland themed living room. I'm thinking a cobalt blue couch. Thoughts? Well, congratulations. I worked for 30 years to finally get into a house. I always wanted one. We finally bought one. I was 50 years old when I got my first house. And it's exciting. It's the coolest thing in the world to finally get that done. It's terrifying though, because it's so much commitment. And I still sweat every month. The first of every month, it gets really sweaty for me. But yeah, vintage Disneyland themed living room sounds great. Cobalt blue, I mean, yeah, that sounds. I mean, as long as it works with the rest of the stuff, you gotta mix in the colors and theming. But yeah, go for it. I think cobalt blue is good. What kind of couch is it? Like a what kind of, like, fabric or what? I don't know what I'm asking. By the way, one thing that we are talking about doing, Liz and I, for Dorks is doing a series on 80s nostalgia. So if you guys have any suggestions on places to go to find 80s nostalgia, to see it, to experience 80s nostalgia, my DMs are open. Fresh Baked Disney, Fresh with no E on Twitter, or email me at david@freshbakedisney.com. I would love any ideas you have about where we can go to find 80s, or topics that can be discussed about 80s nostalgia. Not just the low-hanging fruit, but some, deep dive type stuff. My birthday is on Saturday? Friday. My birthday's on Friday. Oh my God. My birthday's the day after tomorrow. I didn't even realize that. What's going on? The mall, Westfield West Covina, is straight out of the 80s. Still, you mean? Like it has an 80s feel? I'll have to ask Liz about that. She might have gone to, because she lived in that area for a while. Goonies, yeah. We have not been to the Funko Pop store in Hollywood, though I did see Ordinary Adventures. Did they go in? I was watching their donut bit, but I didn't get to see the whole video. But I guess they tried to get in, or was it closed? I don't remember. I've never been, though. There's an arcade in Pasadena, all 80s games. Really? Okay. Guys, send me this. Send me emails. I will never come back to these comments. I'm afraid to say it'll just slip my mind. I'm stuck at this kind of thing. Yeah, it looked like it was closed. Okay, that's what I thought. I missed 2 super chats? Oh dear. I didn't see them. Scrolling. There's Ambu V. I got that one. Brian Canary. I got that one. Oh, here we go. Mark Espinosa gives us with $5. He says, what actual rides do you think will open when Disneyland reopens due to the new guidelines? Well, if it's the one that says no indoor attractions, then the only ones that can open are going to be the outdoor ones. So Big Thunder, Matterhorn, I guess, is outdoor. The train, Tom Sawyer's Island. Good heavens, Mark Twain, and the Columbia, the Carousel, Dumbo, that kind of stuff. Storybook Land. It won't be much. It won't be much. Deanna Bowers gets us with $5. David, I hope this helps a little. Wish I could do more. Don't even sweat. Deanna, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for your streams and trying your best to stay positive. You're welcome, but thank you also for your kindness. Okay. I want to see if there's any more good 80s suggestions in here. Sophia's birthday is Monday. National chains, 1UP and another, I forgot the name of, combo arcade bar. 1UP, and that's in California? They got to be at least in LA. Like, don't send me, or I might even go to Riverside, but don't send me to like Santa Cruz. Okay, here, open request. There's 679 of you watching. One of the topics I was thinking about doing was the Sears and JCPenney holiday catalogs. If anybody has a vintage Sears or JCPenney holiday catalog that you are just sitting on for no reason and you don't want it anymore, I am open to receiving that from you if you have one. That's one of my main memories as a kid, was going through the wish book. Yeah, going through the wish book for Christmas, because you know it's not like that today. We don't get to experience Christmas like that today. Autopia, yeah, Casey Jr. There you go. The canoes, Dumbo, yeah. Deanna says, I didn't see that the guidelines said only indoor attractions. Well, yeah, he said that. Gally said that specifically. Small theme parks can open at 20 in the orange at 25%, outdoor attractions only. Now, I mentioned in the video yesterday though that they said that all theme parks could open at 25% in yellow. So it's possible that if you get to yellow, then you don't have the other restrictions being outdoor attractions only and the minimum, in the county. So it's possible that if we get to yellow, which is really our goal anyway, that there wouldn't be the same restriction. JC and Sears, no, they don't do a catalog anymore. Sears stopped doing it back in the 90s. I thought maybe JC still did it, but I haven't been able to figure out how to get one. And while we're there, we're going to try to visit a JCPenney, Liz and I, and go to my old mall in Westminster, and we'll get an Orange Julius while we're there, Brett. 1UP is in Covina. Okay. Fake butter. I want to do a bit on New Coke too, but I don't know if I can find a New Coke anywhere. Yeah, Amazon has a catalog, but I want a Sears or JCPenney catalog. Porkins, I loved the Westminster Mall's food court back in the day when it was in the middle. Ever since Charlotte Russe took over the middle, it ruined the vibe of the whole thing. But the food court in the middle of Westminster Mall was the coolest thing, because you had to go kind of around to get down there, and they had some of the coolest shops and to get cool foods. That's where we used to scam for girls when I was in high school. I love the center food court at Westminster Mall. Where does that small theme park in Stanton on Beach Boulevard fall in? They could probably open right now. Although they're stuck in the Orange County tier still, but I mean, literally, you're in no danger going to the Stanton. What is it? Adventure City, I think it's called. I took my son there once, maybe twice. We had a good time. Melissa Ellers, I grew up in Midway City, Fountain Valley Skate. I love Fountain Valley Skate, right next to the miniature golf. Boomers is closed. Melissa, they closed Boomers. Miniature golf and Fountain Valley's closed, but I used to roller skate there also, and hang out at Westminster Mall all the time. Nathan M6911 gets to $20. Thank you, Nathan. He says, I feel bad for cast members, as Fauci has said. A vaccine will be between 50 and 75% effective. That means instead of a 3.5 infection rate, we'll be at 1.75, which is still not in yellow tier. Yeah, I know. It's going to be difficult as hell. Wait, are we done? Yes, we are. We are at an hour, guys. That is it for today's live stream. Jolt. Remember Jolt? I do. Santa Monica, no, LA is still in purple, so nothing, they can't open. Okay. Ed used to launch golf balls into the 405 freeway. That's messed up, man. That's really messed up. And thank you to TimDude84 for the $5 gift. He says, I just want to say they should have put a people mover in Galaxy's Edge, taking you from one side to the other. That was on the table. Something like that was on the table, but they struck it down. Okay. Thanks, guys, for watching. As always, be sure to like this video on your way out. Be sure to, if you didn't get the chance to donate here in the live stream, you can go to, I'll put a link in the description below if you can donate to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Orange County. All proceeds from this live stream are going there. And thanks to Nathan M6911 for a $20 gift. He says, I think I have a Buns of Steel workout from the 80s somewhere. I'll take it if you want it. I mean, if you're giving it up. All the Jane Fonda workout. What else? Whatever you got. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your support of our channel. Thank you for being cool in chat, if you were cool in chat. Let's see. I think I got that one. Yeah. Nathan, let me go back and make sure I didn't miss anything. No. Yeah, okay, I did get it. Okay. All right, guys. And then follow us, obviously, on Royal Dorks. We may have more time. We may have more time for Royal Dorks videos in the future. So if you're looking to see me and Liz, follow us there at Royal Dorks. You can also follow Liz on Instagram at The Royal Dorks. And that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time. Respect.